We could talk about the reasons for being present as a leader, but it just goes back to the basics, like the golden rule, right? Treat others as you want to be treated. You want others to listen to what you've got to say, and you want to make sure that when someone else is talking, you're truly present with them.
Welcome to Grow Think Tank. This is the one and only place where you will get insight from the founders and the CEOs of the fastest growing privately held companies. I am the host. My name is Gene Hammett. I help leaders and their teams navigate the defining moments of their growth. Are you ready to grow?
Today, we look at a concept about being present. And I really believe that leaders are present to a fault. Now, what this comes up with is I talk to a lot of leaders who feel like they're busy. They feel like they've got to get a lot of things done and they want to stay optimized. Now, I know what that means for myself. Optimized for me, especially when I'm trying to get work done, it means I'm really focused. Well, when you're really focused, you're present with that work and you're not easily distracted, right? You're not easily pulled and swayed away. Your mind doesn't wander. You're in the moment. And some people may call that flow. Now, this is when it comes to work, but what's it like when you're in a conversation? Are you truly present? Are you truly being the person and the leader that you want to be at that moment? Or are you just showing up, kind of having a conversation, letting your mind wander, letting distractions get in the way, letting your own body language send a signal that you are not truly there? So today we're going to talk a little bit more about being present. And I really hope that you will learn from this, maybe even question your own way of showing up and change the game a little bit so that you're evolving to be the leader that your people deserve. My name is Gene Hammett. I am an executive coach. I've been more than 10 years working with CEOs, their teams, fast-growing companies. We also do leadership development. We're working with managers to become leaders. And we have a lot of conversations about what's getting in the way of being present. And many times it's technology. I'll reach down and grab this little thing here. The phone is getting in a lot of conversations lately because people are being distracted by their phones, the buzzing, the pings, whatever it takes, and they have it out on their desk, and they wonder, why people would say they're not being fully present when they didn't pick up the phone. And I'll be here to tell you that picking up the phone isn't the mark that you've lost that moment of presence. It's just looking at it. It's just noticing that it's there actually loses a little bit of presence for you. So I bring this up because this is the easiest one for you to change. All you have to do is be intentional about putting the devices away when you're in conversation with someone else. Now, I would actually urge you to do this, not just at work, but also with your significant other at home, with your children, with other people in your life. Be very intentional about moving technology and removing the distractions so that you are fully present when you need to be. Now, we could talk about the reasons for being present as a leader, but it just goes back to the basics, like the golden rule, right? Treat others as you want to be treated. You want others to listen to what you've got to say, and you want to make sure that when someone else is talking, you're truly present with them. Now, a lot of this comes from the work that we've been doing. Me and Amanda, my wife, are writing a book on how to have tough conversations. And those, one chapter in this is about being present. And I was reading it recently and making sure it really covered what it needed to cover. Now, certainly we covered the fact that, electronics can be a distraction and can really cause us to lose presence. But other things are also important too. One of them that's easy to fix is making sure you're positioned across from the person. Now, if you're face to face, you want to make sure that you can look them in the eye. And it's really hard to do that when you're side by side. You want to be able to look at someone, be completely in the moment. And that's a very easy thing for you to address. Now, in a virtual world, you want to make sure the camera's on. You want to make sure you're taking every opportunity to even look at the camera. Today, I look at a camera that's just above my screen and I'm not looking at myself being recorded. And I say that because I've trained myself to really create this sense of presence with people. Now, I can glance down at the screen. I can look down and look at myself, but that's not the same as when I'm looking directly into the barrel of the camera. Now, I want to encourage you that if you're doing any kind of virtual conversations, that you're truly being present enough and you're looking at the camera. Now, we also have to say that you're not multitasking. You're not trying to squeeze in two or three things, because if we're really optimizing, you're more present, not trying to squeeze in two or three things. Because I don't believe that we can multitask efficiently. I think that we can have a really meaningful conversation with someone and write a letter to a client, or look at our calendar and move things around, or check on social media, or whatever the thing might be that's pulling you away from being present. So all this to be said is necessary for you to be able to be present for the conversations that mean the most for you. This is at work. This is at home. This is everywhere. Leaders are present. What that really means to me is that you're willing to not, be distracted by the things that could get in the way. You're intentional about removing those distractions, but you're also positioning yourself to ask questions. You're positioning yourself to listen actively. All of those are part of presence that I want to make sure that you understand are very important. And these are meant to be short, to the point episodes about specific topics that make you a better leader, something that you can even share with your team and discuss these topics about. For example, this one today is about leaders that are present. Leaders are present. And it really is important for me to share this information with you so that you get what you need to it. You level up your skills, and you get your team to level up their skills as well. Because I bet there's a time within your organization that you've been having a conversation with someone and they weren't fully present, and it probably irritated you. Now, this will help you, get ahead of that. If you had a conversation or workshop around this, if we can serve you in any way through leadership coaching or leadership development, make sure you reach out. We have a way to engage us for next to nothing or nothing in these discovery conversations, but also getting to know each other. So if you're curious about those things, reach out to genehammett.com and schedule your call today. Now, we wrap up with this. As always, when you think of growth and you think of leadership, think of Growth Think Tank. As always, think with courage. We'll see you next time.